28 and I'm trying to shape history. Pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me. Line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly. Came from the sky with the light of day in me, and grew my own wings so the pilot came with me.
Oh, Rosie's already having chair issues. As the leg... The Rosie era of standing on chairs may be over. Okay. Chair broken. And I've become cameraman.
Okay, this is where
I fucking nailed it.
Alright, this is why you had a stool from day one. I'm not the best cameraman in the world. There we go.
She'll totally be out of focus, Jack Delosa.
Is that how technical all this is? You grab it.
It's all very
It's all yours. Okay.
episode 24.
Yes, son.
Sweet.
We'll still see that friggin' pool table. One day we'll do something to look at
Yep. Ben O'Connor. Rosie, what episode is this?
24.
Welcome to Ask Jack episode 24. We are taking a question from Ben O'Connor via Twitter using the hashtag AskJackD. He says, Jack Delosa, was your first business plan original or did you use a template of some sorts? Benny, really good question and something I'm really looking forward to talking about. I've never used a business plan in my life. I think this might be a media thing. I think a lot of the time media hold up entrepreneurs as these big visionaries who create this vision and then bring all these resources to the table and strive gallantly towards the actualization of the vision, which kind of gets truer as a business matures. However, in the beginning, it is a very fumbly, stumbly, one foot in front of the other kind of a process. What typically happens is, and this isn't only true in my experience, this is what the actual accurate research around entrepreneurship dictates as well, by the way. It's effectuation is what the theory is called, and it's effectuation is probably the closest academic level research I've ever found that most closely aligns with how entrepreneurship is actually done, right? As opposed to the textbook academic stuff, which is often counter-productive principles, where if employed will not help you start and build a business but will kill your business. That's what's usually taught in academia. The one study that does do entrepreneurship justice, I think, is effectuation. So, and it's true in my experience, which basically says entrepreneur goes, I reckon there might be something in education around business because it's not being done very well right now. And then entrepreneur gets a whole bunch of different stakeholders and thought leaders and industry specialists that are familiar with that industry, and they engage and they speak to these people and they discover whether there actually is a problem here that can be solved by the entrepreneur or not. If there's not, then the entrepreneur stops and they go in search of something else. If there is, then they go to the next step, which is basically going, what is the first step? And then what is the next step? And that's how, that's how we launched MBE Education 7 years ago. It's how we launched Entourage 5 years ago. It's pretty much how I've launched every business, whether it's been successful or not. Our first two businesses weren't. MBE was a massive success and Entourage is flying. So, in the case of Richard Branson, for instance, he didn't sit down and go, okay, I want to go into airlines, let's write a business plan. He goes, I reckon there might be something in airlines. Then he gets a bunch of industry specialists together. They have a discussion as to whether they think there is an opportunity. They thought there was. Branson then minimises his downside risk and buys one Boeing 747 with the option to sell it back to Boeing 12 months later if the business didn't succeed, right? So he's consulted people. He started with one plane that he can give back if it doesn't work, and he's going to just try it and see what happens, right? So when you're starting and launching a business, it's an iterative process. It's not like you don't start and it's, one great win to the next great win to the next great win, and we're striving gallantly towards this vision. It's like we're starting and we think there might be something, and we'll take a step and then we'll stuff that up. We'll take another little step, we'll stuff that up. We'll take another little step and talk to these 6 people. And slowly but surely we start to take steps, and it starts to kind of work, and then it starts to scale. And that's when an entrepreneur will typically start to crystallize a vision, start to bet more on this particular play, and really bring more weight to the table. But that's once you've proven the model, right? Initially, it's very, not unthought through, but it's very iterative, and it's very adaptive, and it's very flexible. Entrepreneurship is not a linear process, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. It's a creative endeavor. It's like painting, right? You start sort of painting, if it looks good, you keep painting, but this color needs to match with that color. It's a creative, iterative, flexible, fluent, non-linear process. That was it. That was the word that I stopped on. Yeah. Why? Is that because you're hungover?
Cause I'm lining up the